Hey everybody, today we're going to be working on stretching. I've been working on core, and you can still work your core while you're stretching, but sometimes we just need to be stretched out. Stretching protects you from injuries. It can get you ready for an activity. It can get you cooled down from an activity. So I'm going to talk about stuff that you can do on the floor, and I have a couple of props here. I have a yoga block, and I have a bolster. So a yoga block, you could just use, you could use a brick if you wanted to. This could be like a bolster from the end of your couch. It could be a pillow. It could be a couch cushion. I just have a bolster. All right. So we're going to work on opening up the hips. All right, so I'm going to give you some different views. We want to be as upright with a straight back as possible, so we want to avoid this. Okay, so you want to be upright. So we're going to have one leg straight, and your other leg is bent with the foot next to the knee. Now, if you cannot cross midline, this is where you stop. If you can cross midline, you'll put your foot on the outside. So this is my knee. I'm going to grab it with my opposite hand, take my other hand back behind me, and then turn towards the knee. And I'm looking at eye height. A lot of people want to look down, but you want to look at eye height. So I'm going to give you a side view of what this looks like. So I'm turning like this. Notice my elbow is soft, and I'm up on my fingertips. So I'm not sinking down in like this. I'm up. Okay? So while we're here, you can either with your hand or by wrapping your elbow around your knee, pull your knee up and in to your armpit. So we're really getting in deep here. That's getting your gluteus minimus. So you've got 3 sets of glutes. One is the maximus, which we all know about, the roundest part of your tushy. Then we have a medius that is like a curtain that comes from your hip up to the bottom of your ribs. And then there's the minimus, which is right up in there, deep, 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 right up against your pelvis. All right. So I like to hold these for about 30 minutes or 30 seconds, not 30 minutes. So now I'm going to take that foot, instead of being on next to my knee, I'm going to bring it forward. So this is where you might want a bolster, especially if you're tight in the hips. I'm going to take that straight leg and bring the heel towards my opposite hip. Now, if this is just, if you're like this, that may mean you're just too tight to be on the floor. So you can take that bolster. So you're up just a little higher. Okay? And being up higher just gives you a little bit more opening, because we don't want to stretch so deeply that we hurt ourselves. So now at this point, I'm going to do the rest of it on a bolster, but just know you can do it on the floor if you want. You can keep that foot in front of your knee, or if you can, bring it to the outside of the knee. So both my feet are coming towards my hips. And notice I'm on the sides of my feet. I am not on the bottoms of my feet. If you're up like this, that's not so much a stretch. And my goal, my personal goal, is to get my knees pretty much stacked on top of the other. They're not quite stacked, but they're getting there. So at this point, you might want your yoga block. And I'm going to put it in front. I'm going to put both hands, and I'm going to give you a side view, but not on the bolster. Okay, so I'm going to lean forward, and I want my back fairly straight. My sternum is lifted. I'm not looking at my hands. They're not that interesting. You're going to lean forward. This is opening up your pelvis. If you can put your hands on the floor. Again, leaning forward, sternum is lifted. So this is a different kind of stretch. We want to open up the hips. This is a really tight place, especially for Americans. And you want to remember to exhale. A lot of times we hold a stretch and we'll go because it's really intense. So now we're gonna take that top leg and stick it off to the side. My bottom leg really hasn't moved. All right, we're gonna hold on to that side leg. Now you can either take your hand on the floor or maybe your hand on the block and press yourself over. We're opening up the side of our body. Notice my elbow is in. Or you can take your arm up and over. And at this point, my neck tends to get a lot of tightness in it, a lot of pain in my neck. So I'm just gonna rotate my head side. All right, so now we're gonna take both hands behind us on our fingertips. Elbows are soft. Roll your shoulder blades back and down and lift your heart up towards the ceiling. Same stretch, but more intense, is palms down. And I'm thinking about squeezing my shoulder blades and elbows towards each other. Now a similar stretch, but more intense, would be lifting your hips up. More intense would be taking the hand closest to your foot, up towards the ceiling, or back by your ear. And bring it on down. Okay, so we got that one side. So the leg that's in front is now your straight leg. All right, sorry, the leg to the side is now your straight leg. All right, so you're gonna stick that in front. Your foot can be on the inside or outside, and it may be different on this side, it really may. So we're gonna hold it with the opposite hand, take your other hand behind you, get in your back. I'm pulling my shoulder blade back, elbow is soft. I'm looking at eye height. This is a spine twist, you wanna really watch that. So you can hold on to that knee with either your hand or by wrapping your elbow around. And I'm pulling the knee up and into my opposite armpit. You can do this again on a bolster. Keep pulling that shoulder blade back. The tendency is to do this. We want to have it open. So now we're going to come around. Take that foot, bring it forward of your knee. Your other foot comes to your opposite hip. Now again, you can be here, and it may be different on each side. So you can have your foot in front of your knee, or if you can, bring it to the outside. Again, my goal is to get my knees stacked, not quite stacked, and you're on the sides of your feet. You can lean forward. Remember, your back is straight, your sternum is lifted, shoulder blades are back and down. You can have your hands on your block if you'd like. Just keep remembering to exhale. I have found in my life that if you exhale, you're definitely going to inhale. I've been doing it all my life. I'm pretty good at it. So a lot of times if we concentrate on the inhale, we might hold our breath. And especially for a stretch, we want to concentrate on the exhale. So now we're going to take that top leg, stick it off to the side. Hold on to your side leg. You can either push yourself over with your hand on the floor or on your block, or bring your arm up and over. And again, rotate your head from side to side, especially if you have any stiffness in it. This elbow is soft and it's actually in. So if you're out like this, the shoulder tends to want to come up. We want to have it open. We're going to take both hands behind us onto our fingertips. Show you that. Elbows are soft, or you can come down to your palms, lift your heart up, squeeze your shoulder blades and elbows towards each other, or if you can, lift your hips up, or if you can, take the hand closest to your foot, up towards the ceiling, or back by your ear. Okay, so that's a pretty thorough stretch, opening up your body on the floor. Have a great day. We'll see you soon. Bye.